Quick trigger warning for this episode. Cora will be entering a hive and she will see terrible things. This episode contains elements of abuse, human trafficking, violence, and suggestions that could be triggering to many individuals. This episode is not essential for our Werewolf the Apocalypse Chronicle to understand what's going on. If you cannot handle any of these themes, we suggest that you simply wait till our next episode, and thank you for listening. Hi, I'm Keegan, and this is A Bunch of Gamers. This is one of our in-between episodes as we learn what Cora did during her rite of passage while the other pack members were busy dealing with families of the Peak. Cora, it is the 24th, just a little before Kyle even gets called to the family of the Peaks. You've been given your mission to kill Nahlkashda, kills with lust, in her hive hidden up near Cripple Creek.
And you said she's a rank 3 already?
Yes.
Okay. Alright, so I've got a list of things that I would like to try and get done in this time. Some people that I think would be good to talk to. I want to see if I can get some talents, maybe some fetishes. I feel like those would be helpful.
Okay.
Question, would the warder be someone good to talk to?
The warder tends to be someone who stays on sept grounds and defends against foes.
Oh, okay.
The Wyrm foe is the Garu who is able to form hunting parties and go out, yes.
Okay, cool. So Bloodwind would be one of the first people that I need to talk to then. So I think the first thing I'm going to do is go talk to Regender. He's probably aware of the situation, but I'm also going to explain, hey, this is what's going on. This is the challenge that Bloody Snow gave to me. Any advice, any you have would be helpful, type of thing.
Okay. As you approach final days, as he's dealing with some things he looks over. Cora, you seem shaken. Is everything all right?
Yes, all right. I would say it's a mix of nerves and anticipation. Has Bloody Snow spoken to you about the challenge she gave me?
Only in the vaguest possible terms.
Sure. So I figured, ask her about my rank 3 challenge. I want to try it again. And who better than someone who I know is going to give me a very difficult challenge? And she did. So there is a hive nearby. I have to go and kill one of the spirals. Nahlkashda kills with lust. I was wondering if you had any information on this particular hive and this particular spiral.
We'd been looking for this hive for some time. Its exact location, at least. They've been a thorn in our side for generations. Which lends credence that it might be a larger hive. That said, I would caution you to be on your toes, and if you have any gifts that guard you against poison, I would do that. Their hives tend to be filled with vitriol, poisons, balefire, and the like.
Makes sense. Is there anything else that I should know?
Certainly. There were several Garu who went on the raid, including Bloodwind. His packmate paints with Twilight. One of the members of the Uktena, Jui Evenpaws, also went. And while he did not go with them, I would highly recommend speaking with Louis Earthwalker, for he has had run-ins with the Spirals on multiple occasions and has formed a rivalry with a packmate of kills with lust. And so he may have additional insight that would be beneficial to you.
Thank you. That's very helpful, actually.
Of course. Good luck, Cora. But my greatest advice to you is if things look as if they are going to turn poorly, get out of there. Your life is more important than the rank of Adren.
I understand. Thank you. Final days.
Of course.
Then I'm gonna go look for Bloodwind and Even Pause, you said, are in the same pack, correct?
No, Paints with Twilight.
No. Oh, Paints with Twilight. Thank you. So I will look for Paints with Twilight and Even Pause. Paints with Twilight and Bloodwind.
Okay.
Next.
Bloodwind is doing a bit of relaxing and hunting in his lupus form. It takes a few to catch up with him. He's been divided with his packmates as he's recollecting himself. As he turns and he looks at you, shifting to a form that can more readily speak your language. Two-Hearts?
Bloodwind, I was wondering if you could help me.
I know. This is of your challenge.
Yes. Any information that you could give me would be exceedingly useful.
Spirals are smart. They are hiding their numbers intentionally. We're unsure if they hide numbers because there are so few and they do not wish to be crushed, or they have such numbers that they do not want to raise the alarm, so a great war party is called. We found one entrance that was in the mine itself. I was separated from my packmates and the others who came, and so to avoid security who noticed that I did not belong. But we did track one of the spirals there, and Evenpaw said that he saw the spiral entering its own hive.
Fantastic. Would you mind telling me where that entrance is?
You'll have to speak
Within the
with...
mine?
You'd have to ask Evenpaw. As I said, I was separated and did not find the entrance.
I can do that. Did you find anything out about the spiral that I have to kill? Kills with Lust?
Not much. We know she does not use that entrance. But from recent encounters, we can tell that she has gained the ability to cause great amounts of pain in battle, and has used it on several occasions. So a gift grants her the ability to cause pain, and wounds ache even through the gift resist pain.
Okay.
We know also that she is swifter in the shadows, and that is something to be aware of. Finally, I warn you to be careful. Her shadow can capture you. It is like tar, and it drags you down and holds you in its embrace while she rends flesh.
I see. Well, that's good information. Enjoy your hunt.
So you spent about half the day tracking him down for this. It was at this point that Kyle asked if you wished to talk to Families of the Peak, and you politely declined.
Okay, fantastic.
Oh, Bloodwind also mentioned... I'm sorry, I apologize. Bloodwind also mentioned that Ragna Quickwire was in the raiding party as well.
So it's probably like mid-afternoon now?
No, it's probably closer to, I would say, late afternoon.
Oh, okay. Back in the Sept, do I see any of the others that are on my list, like, together, talking with each other? Is everybody pretty well separated?
You see Paints with Twilight at one part of the Sept, and Evenpaw on the other. It seems that Ragna is out for the day, and Earthwalker is doing some reconnaissance through Colorado Springs just to gather some more information.
Okay, sure. So, I think I'll talk with Paints with Twilight first.
Okay. As the tall black woman looks at you, smiles. Cora, hey.
Hey there. And I'll go through the spiel again. Bloodwind, not Bloodwind. Bloody Snow. Challenge. I need information.
Okay. Well, I can tell you that the mine itself is a blight at this point, so it's best to try and avoid the Umbra if you can. Parts of it are a blight, and parts of it are it's like a mix of the wild and the Wyrm. There's a lot of corruption there, and deeper down, I wouldn't be surprised if it was a hellhole, but I wasn't brave enough to go down. There are rust spiders and banes galore, and many of them are thriving on the chemicals that eat away at the earth to reveal the gold. And then there are spirits of greed and lust that have been feeding on the employees, and some have actually been tempting a few to steal fragments of gold, or more importantly, steal chemicals to try and sell them on the black market. There was one man by the name of Christopher Hodges who works the mine, and they're one of the people I noticed. I saw his name tag, and I saw the Bane whisper to him as he pocketed a lot of chemicals that are very illegal if he was ever caught with them outside of the mine.
That's interesting. See what they're doing that, though.
It's my suspicion, too, that those chemicals have leached into the hive below, so be careful. The hive might burn to the touch, so it's doubtful you'll want to walk around it in your breed form.
That makes a lot of sense.
Good luck.
I'm gonna need it. Thank you.
I'll be rooting for you.
Thanks. All right. The wave, go find... said Even Paws, correct?
Yep.
All right, we'll go find Even Paws. And it's probably around 6 now.
Yeah, as the Metis turns to look at you, his antler is not as pronounced in Hamid form as they are in any of his others. Cora, right?
Yes.
We've seen each other, but I don't think we've ever formally spoken.
No, I don't think we have. I was told that you were part of the raiding party on the Hive, and correct. I was wondering if you had any information on it and one particular Spiral who makes their home there, Kills with Lust.
Okay. I was able to smell out 3 Spirals and their true forms. I did not smell her when we went on that raid. There were 3 of them, though I believe someone in the party said that there was a total of 5 or 6 Spirals who used the mine as their entrance. The entrance to their hive is hidden where they keep the chemical agents and the soil testing equipment. If you can get there, you can find the entrance to the hive.
That's very helpful. Is there anything else? Is there anything I should know about this, the Spirals in this hive specifically, or?
They're a cunning type, from my understanding, as we've been dealing with them for decades, probably, and that I would advise caution. I would also advise that you keep your rage in check. I doubt you've only been to a proto-hive, if I remember correctly, with your raid in Pueblo.
Yes, it was not fully up and functional yet.
A true hive will have horrors that will be difficult to see. Keep your rage in check, or you may bring down the whole hive upon you. You will see things. You will want to help, but you will be unable to by yourself. Keep an eye out for us as well. Any information you can bring to us will be greatly appreciated.
Oh.
So you get to rest for the night.
Yeah.
It is that the next day, it is the 25th. Kyle and the group come to you. You are able to give them the information regarding your
contact.
Please see the previous episode. And you are able to continue on your day. Ragna has arrived at the cairn briefly to do some work before she goes back to her front to generate resources for the cairn and the Garu who live within, as well as working to employ and network kin so that they don't have to work for companies that may have dubious connections to the Wyrm.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll go talk with Ragna, see if she has any information for me. Okay. And then after that, I'm going to see if I can find Earthwalker.
Okay. Ragna looks over and goes, Modi.
Hello. Quickwire. I was wanting to talk to you. I have to go to the Hive nearby. I heard you were on the raiding team.
I was. And I was able to get a little into their computer systems to try and research the mountaintop golden mineral.
Okay.
They have no connections to the Hydra, though they contract some of their machines out, but that's to be expected given how ubiquitous Pentex is. But it seems like none of the machinery itself is tainted. It's simply mining equipment. It seems that I found 4 spirals who are moving through, and they move in and out of the Hive as needed. I'm not sure if anyone's noticed these spirals are there and technically not employees, or if they've done something to guarantee that people don't ask questions. If they do that, then it might be worth checking that lead and trying to track down the owner of the mine, especially if they live in Cripple Creek, though that is unclear to me as well.
I see. Maybe. Okay. Thank you. And you said you found only 4 that went in and out?
Yes.
Okay. I know it's a long shot, but you wouldn't happen to know any of their names.
They're none that I was familiar with.
Okay.
Remember, the entrance might not be the only way in, and that going after one at the entrance might in fact be a bad idea too. Entrances are usually guarded to some degree.
Yes. All right. Thank you.
Sure.
Scald.
I don't use those terms for myself anymore. I simply respect my family that still do.
I appreciate the information.
Sure. If you're looking for Earthwalker, he's grabbing some snacks at the Endron gas station at the end of Garden the Gods.
I am looking for him. I will book it over. Thank you.
You book it over as you see Earthwalker buying some water, a couple power bars and things like that. Oh, hey Cora. Beep.
Hey, how's it going, Louis?
Good. Hey, I'm almost done. We can talk outside.
Perfect.
As he puts down the cash, grabs his stuff, takes his change, and heads out. What's going on?
Well, have you heard our guests? I got a challenge from one of them, and I need some information. I heard you were on. I'm trying to make sure that I don't use any obvious words because at the gas station there are people. I heard you were out on that team.
I wasn't out on that team, no.
Oh,
it's just that I've had run-ins with some of the folks they were looking into. Let's keep walking.
Perfect.
As you keep walking down the road, it opens up a bit. No people now, just people driving by as he goes. You've met one of your target's pack mates before.
I have?
Onyx Claws of the Wyrm, during your Rite of Totem.
Onyx Claws?
Correct.
I haven't heard about him since he ran away.
Yes, well, a smart thing for a Thurge to do when confronted 5-1.
Yes.
But, regardless,
still frustrating.
She's his packmate. And you will have one advantage with her to some degree.
Oh?
She follows a specific totem, and that specific totem, much like ours, come with bands that she can or can't follow.
Do you know those bands?
Yes. We've had such run-ins with her pack before. We've put it together, and I've done some research and spoken with the spirits. She follows Hakaken, the Heart of Fear. It is a powerful totem, and has given her access to gifts that many of her tribe do not, which can make her dangerous. But it also means that she has to terrify a foe before slaying them. And so that can give you an opening. She will not outright kill you until she has implanted fear in your heart. I should also warn you, we've been up to Cripple Creek a few times and we've noticed some patterns. The first is that we've been ambushed in key locations pretty often. We've learned that spirals tend to congregate around Stallion Steve's Casino and the Roaming Mule Inn. I don't know what you can do with that information, but it might be something worth looking into.
Definitely. Oof.
Don't lose heart. It's always worth remembering that you can do this. I believe in you.
Cora smile. Don't know if I've lost heart, just a lot. And it's just a lot.
I understand.
I'm sure I can get it done though.
Word for you is the obvious entrance is rarely the best one.
I got that impression from Quickwire as well. So I will see if there's a back door. I feel like that might be the best way in.
Hopefully the information I gave you helped.
It did. I have a little bit of an edge now, and now I just have to figure out a way to get in and some good tactics. Cora says, making fists and kind of a funny face.
Well, good luck to you.
See you when I get back. My next thought was to do a couple of things. I was thinking about maybe talking to Bear. He is my pack totem, and I don't know if he'd have any insight on this in particular, but he might have insight on the spirals and how they work and any ideas on how I can achieve this goal.
Okay.
So, yeah, I think that's the first thing I want to do or the next thing I want to do is go talk to Bear.
All right. As you enter the realm of your totem spirit, the great bear steps out, shaking his ebon fur, looking like a night sky filled with stars as the light seems to glisten off of him.
Bear, you look like you're doing better.
Welcome, Cora.
Hello. Cora just sighs real big. I've got a big task ahead of me, and I've talked to a lot of people in my sept, and I have a lot of information, and I don't know if you can give me information, that'd be great, but also I need help in how to put it together in a way that helps. I'd really appreciate it.
I can do what I can.
Thank you. I'm sure Bear has an idea of what's going on, but Cora will go through the spiel with him again as well.
Okay. Bear takes a few moments, absorbs what you have to say, and his face gets deathly serious. His eyes fixed upon you as a low kind of grumble seems to fill this entire realm as the shadows grow a bit longer and the sun's light a bit brighter. His voice, a grumble, possibly a growl, as he simply says,
Guard your soul, for the very touch of their home can worm its way into you and is to lose your pity for them.
Pity?
Not for the spirals, but they will have others.
Like the people who are in the new Hive in Pueblo?
Similar. If you let yourself feel undue hate, the taint of that place will worm into your soul, and if not careful, it will burn into our connection, just as it did before.
I understand. You are not just a totem spirit of war and hatred, also compassion and healing.
Yes.
As you leave his realm, it's getting to be a bit dark, and so it is likely time for you to rest.
Yep.
It is the 26th, and you awaken early. What would you like to do?
All right. The next thing that I was thinking about doing was probably seeing if I could get some talons or fetishes, though I don't remember how you go about doing that other than doing awesome shit for the entire sept and saving the planet.
You
I'm
have
joking.
to
Didn't say
speak with the warder in this case.
The warder? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. That's Sept of the Green. Is that Silent Claws?
Yes.
Okay. All right, then we will go and see if we can find Silent Claws.
You see the old child of Gaia. She looks you over and gives a compassionate enough smile. Child, what's wrong?
I have a challenge that I need to complete here shortly, and I was wondering if you could help equip me. I was looking for any talons or fetishes.
Talents or fetishes, you say? And what talents or fetishes do you think would be best to carry?
There was one that I really liked, Nyx's Bangle.
As she shakes her head. Child, you walk into the maw of the destroyer. To lose you would be a tragedy, and to lose you would do great harm to the sept. And I find this get challenge to be obscene, quite frankly. But if we were to lose you to this challenge and lose a fetish to the spirals, to allow another spirit to be corrupted because of a foolish challenge, I could not live with that decision.
You are right.
I will get you something else than a Nyx's Bangle. On top of that, Nyx's Bangles tend to prefer Ragabosh, and the light of your auspice tends to anger the spirits within it. As she pulls out a flask, as you notice this distilled liquid of pure darkness.
I don't think I've seen that one before.
It is called Nightshade. It is an impressive bit, and it will make it so that it is much more difficult to see you. Only those actively searching will have a chance. But if you attack, they will know where you are, and they will be able to see you without trouble. Keep that in mind.
I will.
It only lasts for an hour. Keep
1
that in mind as well.
1 hour. What do I owe you for this?
It is a talent, and it is something I wish to see you succeed at. You will owe me nothing. Perhaps you will think about enlisting as a guardian for the Karen sometime.
I can do that.
Your packmate is also choosing to be the apprentice of Final Days. This is a wise move on his part and one I fully endorse. I would like it if you would also endorse it and try and continue to push the message of unity of Final Days, and that you are against these tribal squabbles of what is theirs and what isn't, or what is one tribe's or the next's. We are all of the Garu nation, and these are trying times. It is time to put those squabbles aside. If you could speak that more clearly at moots, especially during stories of your exploits, I think that would go a long way in leeching support from this attempt to make this cairn owned by another tribe, and that it becomes more of a cairn for all.
I will stand behind Kyle.
Will you stand behind the ideals of his teacher, is what I'm asking. There's no condition to this. Just something to keep in mind.
I like that Final Days wants to unite the tribes within our sept.
Perfect. Here you are. Good luck on your journey.
I'll need it. Alright. So, talents and fetishes. Got Nightshade. Spoke with a bunch of people.
And Nightshade has a Gnosis activation roll of diff 5.
Alrighty, so I think that Cora will start making, I guess she'll start making her way up to Cripple Creek.
Okay.
Though she'll probably not make it by the time night comes around.
She'll get there about nightfall, so she'll need time to sleep, basically.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Probably find a spot that's quite a ways away from the mine. And sleep for the night. And Cora starts wondering, is this a challenge that was given to see if Cora was stupid or not? She goes to Bloody Snow and says, "Hey, Bloody Snow, this doesn't seem like a challenge that one person can take on alone. Is that the challenge?"
Too bad she's already in Cripple Creek.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah. Okay. I guess putting it off anymore is not going to help. So.
You get to Cripple
Cool.
Creek. It's the 27th now.
Okay.
How?
3 more days then?
3 more days. How would you like to proceed?
I have no way of tracking the Wyrm. So that's cool. Well, I was thinking, what if I go over to either those names, what were they? Either the inn or the casino, and see if I can find anyone that stands out to me as a Spiral, someone who, even though I can't track the Wyrm with any gifts or any fetishes or anything, Spiral still give off that same feeling of that put-offishness that Garu do. Not Garu, but
you don't
that other tribes do.
You don't suffer the curse, but yes, you could look for people who others are uncomfortable around. Yes.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I could see if there was anyone who seemed to be making the majority of the people around them just uncomfortable, they were put off by them.
Okay.
And see if I could try and follow them, especially if they seemed to not be going towards the main entrance of the mine.
The mine or
the Hive.
Okay.
Did I get a description of the Spiral that I was tracking from anyone?
You did. She has blonde hair. She is incredibly pretty, almost supermodel pretty. About maybe an inch taller than Cora, but she is knotted with lean muscle. She is very ripped.
So I've got a description of her, and so, yeah. I was thinking about maybe following someone, really hoping that she might find Kills with Lust outside of the Hive. Because that'd be golden. So part of the concern is that do spirals have any gifts where they can track other Garu?
Some spirals will have scent of the true form, just like any Gaiangar would.
Okay.
So let's start with the casino.
Yeah.
You enter the casino using your fake ID. The bouncer looks you over, gives kind of a look, but doesn't disagree with the ID. He's not paid enough to actually give a shit if kids come in here. There's that kind of drony music of the casinos playing as you hear the slot machines going off in all directions, as you see the people wide-eyed gazing. Some of them clearly have been here for hours as their bodies start to reek, and you get the fumes of their bodies as they sweatily play and crank away at machines as they were tricked into giving away next month's rent in the vain hope of making $5. The card tables in the back playing as people seem to be pushing away their life savings, thinking, given a good hand here and there, winning just a few dollars here and there, just enough to build their confidence, to bet it all, and then foolishly lose it as the house always rakes back what it gave. I need you to roll perception empathy, please.
Sure. 3, 5.
You catch the glimpse as you see a larger man walking by. He's in a tank top. You see some of the scars upon him, and it looks like he has some scarification upon himself as well. He moves through the crowd, and the crowd seems to part. Some people glancing at him, some with fear, some with an odd mixture of lust and distress. He moves through, gliding through. He moves almost like a shadow, but he carries himself with a kind of animalistic confidence that you know all too well, and the looks of the regular people seem to confirm your suspicions as you start to follow behind him. Could I get a manipulation stealth?
Sure.
Diff 5, please.
Okay.
You follow behind. He doesn't seem to be noticing you as he moves and stomps through. As he starts going through and gets to a hallway, he looks both ways and he catches a glimpse of you, but he doesn't seem to think too much of you as he looks at you, thinking that you clearly have some sort of beef with him as just a regular mortal, as he kind of grimaces at you and mouths, "What?" His eyes lock onto yours as he expects you to look away, just like any other pathetic fool that crosses his fucking path.
Cora just raise her hands and like look down and to the side a little bit, like nothing, not a lot, and I'll just like scooch past, like I'm going to my room, dude. Ooh.
He's confident enough to where he doesn't even try and roll. He just believes the act as he moves along, and you're able to catch a slight glimpse as you notice that he starts moving down into the basement level. Probably a good place to look.
Cool. I'll hang back for a few seconds, just to make sure that he's going and not like waiting, like, you know how you like go through a door and then kind of wait and make sure no one's following you.
Yeah.
I'll hang back for just a few seconds to make sure that he's actually going, and then I'll follow him some more.
All right, you start following him down. You barely see him as you're barely able to keep up, and you don't want to catch up now, especially now. There's not a crowd to protect you, and him seeing you now might drive something. He crosses into some sort of closet, closes the door, and you hear the loud clink of a lock, locking a cleaning closet from the inside.
Did it sound more like a bar chink or like a click of a lock?
Like a click of a lock.
Okay, cool. Because do I have to have subterfuge to pick a lock?
That's larceny.
Or to try? Larceny?
Larceny, and you can attempt without any dots in larceny, but I believe you lose 1 die. Because larceny's a skill, right? Yeah. So you'd lose 1 die.
Cool. What side of the door are the hinges on?
They are on the inside.
Fuck.
Yep.
Trying to use that slightly above average intelligence.
That's a good thing to check.
How old is the building?
The building's fairly old, probably a century old.
How old does the door seem and the lock?
The door and the lock seem pretty much fairly new. I mean, this is
Oh, okay.
But it's nothing you couldn't handle if you tried to knock it down.
Yeah, fair enough. No, I was thinking more sneakily if it was like a skeleton lock.
Oh,
Just
got
like
it.
paper, poke the key through, pull it back out. So are there any cameras
Yes, there were several cameras.
down here?
Yes.
Perfect. Love it. Assuming they go to the security office, and dear God, fingers crossed that one of the spirals isn't a security officer here.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any nearby security cameras that
Yes.
are on this door? Yeah.
They're nearby the door, but they seem to just glance at the door. None of them look inside the room. It seems like they've been turned either by staff or by others to make sure no one's looking in the room at any given time, so that it's hard to track who would go in and out of the room.
Okay, fantastic. So I'll go up to the door, and like kind of put my ear against it to see if I can hear anything happening behind the door.
All right, perception alertness, please.
Okay. 3, 6.
Listen, and it's silent.
Completely silent. Like I don't hear anything.
Correct.
Could I use one willpower to change the ear against the door into a lupus ear?
That would be 1 willpower, and then you would roll Stamina Primal Urge, difficulty 8.
What happens if I fail?
Then you just don't transform your ear.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll spend a willpower, and then that's 6.
Okay.
10. Hey.
Okay, you succeed. You may now make the perception alertness roll again. It is difficulty 4. You listen, and you're not getting anything else. It is silent on that side of the door.
Okay. With that ear, it's easier to hear up and down the hall and footsteps and things, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna make sure that there's like no one near enough to hear a bang.
All right. You listen, and you don't hear anyone coming by.
Okie dokie. Cora's it's gonna be loud, but as quietly as she can. She's going to shove her shoulder against against where the lock is to try and like mitigate damage to the door and to the wall and things like that, and to try and like keep the sound as quiet as she can, if that makes sense.
Okay. Because of the difficulty of trying to do no damage to the door, it will be Strength Athletics, difficulty 8.
Okie dokie. Oh god.
So what happens is you're not able to get it, and you swing so hard that the door just bashes in. It swings open and hits one of the racks on the inside of the cleaning closet. As it swings, breaks down, and there is obvious breaking and entering all over the door. The door is slightly dented in, and the part that had the lock is just torn, with shards of wood and drywall everywhere. It is a probably 5 by 10 cleaning closet, and the guy is not here. He's gone, vanished.
Is there a mirror in the room?
There is no mirror in the room.
There's no mirror in the room. Under all of my debris, is there like a trap door? Or
you can do a perception investigation.
Okay. So I'll look for like any trapdoors. I'll feel along the walls for any like hidden entrances.
Okay. Roll perception investigation, difficulty 6, 1 bonus die for your description. You find a tile just out of place in between 2 of the cabinets. As you pull it up, and you see a ladder leading down, stone walls. It's a tunnel, leads down into the hive. You start going down the ladder, It clinks all around you, the earth seeming to be rotten, even here in the physical realm, with spatters of what can only be described as chemical burns reaching across and burning the mother. As you get to the bottom, the place is faintly illuminated. The chamber is wide and craggily moves in all directions, though the predominant direction seems to be south as you can move through the cave system. You feel drips of something as it hits your skin, and it fizzles and burns as the chemicals leach into your skin and gnaws greedily at your flesh.
So, not going to wander around in breed form. Is it possible for me to change into Glabro?
Yes, we'll just say you did that.
Okay, yeah, I didn't want to interrupt because that sounded cool.
So what happens now is it'll burn your skin and your skin will regenerate as you are constantly taking and rehealing 1 point of lethal damage per turn.
Ugh. Okay. Cool. Fantastic.
The area is faintly lit, so all the shadows seem long and terrifying.
Awesome. So, I'm thinking I want to go about this sneakily, right?
Okay.
So I think, because Cora's first instinct, just go to Glabro. We're told not to wander around in your breed form. Glabro's the next step. Gonna do that. After a little bit of thought, maybe we shift down to Lupus.
Okay.
So we have better senses as well as being smaller so that we can hide easier.
Okay. You shift down to Lupus, and it is easier to hide. You're able to hear better, but there are these kind of rotting smells filling your nose, the acridness of the earth crumbling, and the tears of destruction gently dripping down the walls.
Would I have gotten... No, I wouldn't have gotten any scent off of that guy while we were in the hotel, or while I was following him, because I was in Hamid form. So we'll continue slowly down that tunnel.
Cora moves slowly down the tunnel. It's expansive, and it looks like Garu are sometimes positioned here as guards, just simply not right now. It seems she lucked out for whatever reason. As the southward tunnel switches over to the east and you enter another large chamber, you hear voices to the north of you, and the tunnel continues in a southeastwardly direction. What would you like to do?
I'd like to stop for a minute and see if I can make out what those voices are saying.
Okay. Can I get a perception, alertness, and since you're in Lupus, we'll make it difficulty 6.
Cool. Let's see. 3, 6. Oof. Could I mulligan that?
You can. You get the muffled voices, you hear little bits. It's fairly unclear as you hear, carrying them out soon. You hear another, slaves. Oh well. Move them out as soon as possible, once the Elder's done with their fun.
Alright, I will go the direction away from the voices.
Okay. As you start moving south, the trail continues southwest, but it also branches off and goes southeast. You hear little bits, you hear voices as well, small voices.
You know what? Probably best for me to avoid it.
Okay.
So we'll go the other way.
You continue the other way. You see stones guarding this place with strange glyphs upon it. As you see, the glyphs seem to read something along the lines of venom web, though you don't know enough about occult to really parse what that means, as it expands into a massive chamber. huge in all ways. As you see several places where clearly Garu are meant to sit. Spots for dozens, maybe 2, 3, Gaia forbid 4 dozen spots, possibly spirals, possibly their allies, to meet in this hall with an altar sitting near the center, dried blood upon it, carved stones with strange glyphs praising the Wyrm and the spiral, as even looking at it and starting to read it starts to worm into your brain, and in the back of your mind you're starting to hear whispers there, tiny whispers going, "He'll betray you, he'll betray you, here's the light."
Cora will stop reading the glyphs.
Okay.
Because
as you feel
they're not
the
down
kind
with betrayal.
Yep, as you feel the kind of darkness within you, and there's one last bit as it's still not going away. This place just riles you. The chamber, as I said, is huge. It seems to go to the south with 2 spots, one going to the southeast, one to the southwest. On top of that, there is one that goes just simply directly west of you, and another trail, and then 2 trails that go to the north.
Does it sound like there's anyone speaking down any of those trails?
In one of the northward trails, the one closer to you, you don't hear anyone speaking, but you hear kind of the slurping, slopping of crunching, and the teething through ragged flesh. And can I get a perception alertness, diff 4? You hear also underneath the slopping and the biting, the ragged moans of a person clearly still alive and too weak to scream out anymore.
Cora's heart aches for that person. Do Garu have their own version of, like, I guess saying a prayer for them?
Probably, yeah.
Okay, so she'll do that. She'll kind of like spiritually spiritually reach out and kind of like hope that they find peace soon, and that the pain for them stops.
Okay.
Like, just in her mind, like, also like kind of reach out to Bear and like try and gather the strength and courage that she needs for what she's doing, and she will go down.
As you go down the most westerly path, start moving along. Can I get another perception alertness? It's going to be diff 6. You stop, and for good reason. As you get further and further along, you see that this chamber opens up, but more importantly, you see carved upon the wall to indicate whose room it is. It simply says one word in the Garu glyph tongue. It says warder.
So, not the right room. We're gonna
Would you like to try the other northerly path? Because there were 2.
Yes, I would. We're gonna quietly back out of that path.
Okay.
And
you hear whimpering, painful whimpering, and you hear 2 voices talking. The chamber is large enough to where they're not paying attention to you just yet. As you see cages filled with people seem hurt and confused, their faces gaunt from long journeys, and you hear the spiral kind of chuckling to himself as you hear him go,
"Paid the traffickers good to bring them here. Thought they were coming for a new life."
As he turns and looks at one of them.
"Would you like to bear a warrior? That'll get you out of the worst of it."
His eyes glaring at her, she recoiling away, him in full Krynos, laughing at himself as he looks upon their misery. As you hear them talking.
"They go into the factory pits? Yep. We're opening the gateway to Malfeast soon. Had to pull some guards off duty to take the cages and make sure none got away."
as you see one of the other ones, clearly a Metis, her back hunched as you hear her saying,
Damn shame. That one there.
She points to a young man.
He looks tasty in every way. I'd hold him down and just take a bite when I was done.
Is this a room, like there's no other
There are
paths
paths.
off of it?
There are paths off of it. There's a path to the west, a path to the northwest, and a path to the northeast.
Okay. Do any of those go directly past the
two north
two
ones
spirals?
do. The two north
Okay.
ones do. There's also another one that goes right by them that is to the east. But the one to the west is the furthest one from them. And the northwest one is also fairly far, that it would be easy to sneak by them.
Okay, so we'll go down the northeast, you said? Yeah.
No. The northeast. The east and the northeast, I'm sorry, would be the
Okay.
two that are furthest away from them.
Okay. So we'll go down the northeast path
Northeast
quietly.
path. As you go up, one branches to the west as you hear other spirals talking, laughing to themselves. As you hear them going, we better get going to the prisoners. You'll have to run to the north as quickly as possible.
That means they'll have to go past me, huh?
Yeah, you'd have to run past them before they come out.
Okay, so I'm gonna go down the other path.
No. If you run back the other way, they will catch up to you, is what I'm saying. They're coming, so you're in a junction. You just came from the south of this position.
Mm-hmm.
They're coming from the west of you. If you try and go south, it's clear they're going south as well.
Yes.
So you would want to go north of them to avoid them entirely.
Yes, that's what I was.
Okay, you said you were going to go south.
Oh, I was just saying like the other path off of, not the one towards them, but the one away from them.
Okay, yeah. So north.
Yeah.
You run north as you see in the distance kinfolk there. As you hear the scutterings. The gauntlet is very thin here, and you can hear the Banes whispering to each other, laughing, as you hear them torturing gaunt men and women of various ages. They're shaking as one of the men looks at you and jumps back, seeing you. As he shakes, he goes, please, I'll do whatever you want. I just want to see some light. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I left the commune. I don't need to be down here anymore. Please, as you see kind of like the radioactive bubbles on his skin popping and oozing. His eyes losing a bit of their luster as they're adapting to the low light.
Cora's feeling a sense of, like, a mixture of sadness, like a lot of sadness mixed with some anger towards the spirals for, like, how could you treat your kinfolk in such a manner, you know?
Mm-hmm. As a woman screams out, please, you called us kin. Why would you treat us this way?
Cora will shake her head and, like, get into the shadows so they can't see her anymore.
Okay. Dex stealth difficulty 5, please.
Oh, cool. 5. Where did my stealth go? 5, 6. Okay. Oh, God. I don't.
No, you do get into the shadows. But... and you were hidden from something else, but you're not hidden from the person. As you see through the gauntlet, a Bane physically manifest into the physical world. Its voice distorted and twisted, going,
What? You know as well as I. What they want, they get. Brother of the destroyed cousin! There is no need to be put off. He screamed first
as it holds the guy's face in its talons.
Come for him. Come for him and have your way with him. I will hold him. I will make sure that they say everything you want.
As the guy's eyes are darting around, as he looks at you, begging you for salvation, his body shaking with terror as the Bane walks around him, its claws touching his shoulders and holding, the shirt slightly ripping.
Come for him! I'll even take his mind briefly. I won't make him a fool. I don't wish to fuse with him and anger you or your elders. But I'll make him say and whisper everything you've ever desired.
The horrified gaze of the kinfolk turns and looks at you, shaking, though the Bane doesn't track where he's looking. The voices of the spirals that came out of the chamber have since vanished, their footsteps echoing away, clearing the chamber and likely being out of range to see or hear you now in the south.
Okay. Cora will, if I'm understanding you correctly, because my sense of direction, it's mountains or I'm lost. Cora will, she'll take a deep breath and kind of like center herself because, you know, this is rough. And do the spirals have like a different way of speech while they're in lupus? Like,
no,
are
they
their
have the
voices
same.
their
They have
breath,
the
or-
same lupus thing, but the Bane spirit's gonna have a strong sense whether you're worm tainted or not.
Okay, so even if I just like scoff and leave the room,
Yeah, and the Bane won't see you.
Cora will, again, like spiritually, like her heart goes out to him, but she will leave the room. And
As you walk away, you do hear
Leave him to it.
him one last time as you just hear it echoing in the room and in your head and in your heart. Please, 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 please. As you head south, you move through the south, and in the main chamber, you're able to glimpse about 12 spirals as they're pushing the cages, the people there screaming as one throws out his hand begging. A spiral bites and crunches down and rips the arm off as the person falls back, shaking from blood loss, as you hear one going,
The hell'd you do that for?
and the spiral laughs to itself.
I figured they'd need some food for the trip.
damn.
As they move the cages to that northwesterly path that you saw.
Okay. You said there's 12 of them?
Yes. None fitting the description of the spiral you're hunting.
Okay. Cora wants to follow them bad, but like we're gonna go down a different path.
Okay. Would you like to go
that we
the
haven't-
east path or the west path?
We've already gone down west, right? Since that
No,
was
you have
the
not. You went to the northwest.
Oh, okay, okay. East? Is that what you
East.
said? Yeah.
Yeah, there's east and west.
Okay, east then.
As you start moving in, you hear several creatures talking to each other. I need another dex stealth. Diff 5, please. You're able to go quite quietly as you see the room packed full of Fomori with beds and cots of various shapes, and Fomori of various shapes and sizes, chitin skin, slithering tar skin, barbs, fangs, insectoid-like mandibles, pincers, animalistic traits, oozing tumors of pus and vitriol as they chat amongst themselves and seem to be pushing around several people, humans, laughing at them as one of them starts asking what's wrong with them, and they said, don't you like to party? You push people around, you're going to be able to push them real good soon. As the guy goes, but I don't feel so good. It doesn't feel good changing, but it feels great being. As you see the guy's kind of like veins kind of filling with this black tar, as the guy goes, please, just make it stop. Can't make it stop. It likes you. You're gonna be just like us. Live it up. Live a little. No one's gonna fuck with you again. At least, no one normal. As the guy kind of starts vomiting, as you see like writhing worms and maggots with razor sharp fangs coming out of the bile.
Nasty. In this room, are there any other paths off this?
Nope, this one is
Or just the one that came back?
This is just a living quarter of some kind.
Okay. Cora is committing this to memory as best as she can. All of this. All right. We're gonna sneak back down the way we came. And like before she gets out of that hallway, she's gonna like peek around, see if there's any danger for her to stumble upon. Those 12 got back, or were
nope,
it was
still
a large load or something.
Yeah, they're still moving the cages.
Okay, so we're gonna go down the eastern path.
That you just went down the eastern path.
Oh shit, the western path. Sorry.
So you move down the western path. You hear someone talking as she goes, "I'll be at the chambers." As she seems to be listening, and she has excellent hearing. Clearly, as she goes, "I'll be at the summoning chamber soon. Can a girl get some goddamn rest, some preparation time? I mean, I've done just about enough raids to carry this goddamn hive."
It's her. Is anyone speaking back to her, or she heard me?
She heard you.
She heard me. Perfect.
Are you ignoring me? Her voice
I'm just trying-
switches up and turns into a growl as she starts turning into Krynos.
Not at all. Is there anyone like?
You haven't
They'll
seen
probably
anyone.
hear the.
You
Well,
haven't
they'll
seen it.
probably hear the fight.
Possibly not.
is what I'm
It depends
thinking.
on how far they got. This place is huge. Like, you've been walking for a couple
yeah.
hours
Okay.
total.
Awesome. Cool. And it doesn't seem like there's anyone else. I can't see anyone.
Just her as she steps out, and you notice the giant bat ears.
Cool. Cool. Is she in Krynos now? Like
She is in
full on?
Krynos. Yeah, she's in full-on Krynos.
Okay. You know what? Fuck it. We'll go for it. Not at all. And Cora will shift up to her own Krynos. And
Initiative.
initiative. Plus 20. Cool. That means she rolled a 4. God damn. Fuck.
Cora, what do you plan on doing this round?
Cora is going to activate Things of the North. Nope. Fuck. That's Gnosis. No, you know what? Yeah, we'll activate Things of the North, and we're going to split my die pool. 1 for dodge, 1 for a claw attack.
Okay. She is going to spend 2 points of rage. Her claws begin to drip with acid, and it leaks and burns and sizzles on the ground, and then she activates her gift, True Fear. What is your willpower, Cora?
6.
Okay. You are unable to attack for 2 turns as fear radiates out from you, and she gets 1 extra action, and she decides to do it as a grapple, grabbing you by the shoulders and slamming you into the walls. So she gets her full attack roll on that. Roll your dodge.
Okay.
You get slammed into the wall as you feel it like sizzling your back as the chemicals kind of leach into you, and you feel your bones growing brittle and regenerating from how brittle they are. Constantly back and forth as Kills with Lust leans in close and goes,
What are you doing here, my love? Why are you here? Did you come to play with me? I can feel your heart quicken. Are you scared?
Sam's real scared. Cora's not. Cora's scared. Cora's a beast.
Cora got hit with True Fear. Cora's kind of scared.
Cora kind of scared. Cora's a scared beast. Cool. Does True Fear doesn't negate. Does it negate dodge?
No, that's why you were able to dodge.
Okay, cool.
You can act defensively. You cannot attack, be offensive.
Yep. Cool.
So you lost this round. You get one more round.
Lost this round.
She spends a point of gnosis, and she goes,
Oh, love. Fear makes you so malleable. Lets me hold the battlefield.
as you see her shadow growing, as it almost seems to bubble in ways, as she goes,
Love, why are you here?
and that's her round.
That's okay. So I don't have to dodge that. Well, I do. I'm gonna fucking dodge that shadow. That goddamn shadow.
Well, you're partially grappled, so you have to try and break free from the grapple.
Oh yeah. So I'll try and break free from the grapple.
Okay.
Is this still my non-attack turn?
Yep, so it'd be a strength brawl to try and break the grapple, which is the defensive thing anyway.
Okay. So strength brawl to break the grapple, and
Contested
then
against her
can I spend a
strength
point
brawl,
of rage
To
to add a dodge onto that.
well, she's not attacking. Her
Oh, okay. I thought that I was going to dodge that shadow.
oh no.
No.
That shadow is far more important for when you attack.
So
Oh Jesus.
So you're saying I have to basically roll perfectly. Nice.
Yes. Now that you mention it, yes.
No,
No.
I don't.
And she keeps you held there now. As she goes,
Little one, answer me. Why are you here? Did you want little old me? You seem to move with purpose.
it is your declaration. You are allowed to attack again. However, you are grappled, so all attack rolls are significantly more difficult.
Cool. She's leaning in real close, right?
Yes, but she has control of the grapple, so she'll be able to move her head pretty quickly to avoid an attack. All attack rolls will be at a higher difficulty.
Okay. Because I was thinking that I could, what I was thinking was not necessarily attacking her face or her head, but since she's leaning in so closely, like almost whispering in my ear, I could, like, bite down on her shoulder
You
and,
can
like, try and
that,
rip
but like I said,
chunk out.
she has
Yeah.
control of the grapple.
Yeah, she does. So I'm going to. How hard would that be? What would
It'd be
difficulty be?
diff 7 to bite.
Diff 7 to bite. If I bite, would that make breaking the grapple easier
If
to
you
like kind of distract her with the pain?
If you succeed, you will be able to get one extra. You'll get one bonus die to your break check.
All right. Why the hell not? We'll go for it.
Okay.
We'll spend a point of rage.
Okay.
First attack is going to be to bite, like, at her shoulder. Like, is that your deltoid? That muscle right there
Trap.
connecting your shoulder and your trap?
Yeah.
Gonna bite that, like bite down real hard, purposefully, and trying to distract her, do damage, and then try to break that that grapple.
Okay. She is going to spend 2 points of rage. She is going to claw you while she's got you grappled, which will reduce her claw difficulty. As she's just going to hold you and dig her claws in and rake them down your back. Then she's going to take another. She's going to spend on one of that rage points is going to go to her gift, Visceral Agony, and she's going to use the last one to control the grapple in her action. She is not going to dodge though.
Okay.
We'll roll.
Holy moly.
Cora is not dodging though, I believe. Well, she can't.
No,
She's
so
grappled.
So I'm gonna roll soak, right?
Yep. And your soak difficulty, because of her claw gift, her talon gift, she is already activated acid talons, so she does 1 extra die of damage, and your soak difficulty is 7 instead of 6 when claw attacks hit you.
Okay. Can I roll that now?
Yep. So she did 4 points of aggravated damage, and your wound penalties are doubled.
Fuck. Okay. Was resist pain a rage roll?
It's just 1 willpower.
1 willpower?
Mm-hmm.
Can I activate that whenever?
Yep.
All right. I will activate resist pain.
You now suffer just normal wound penalties due to visceral agony.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. Fuck. Cool.
Your
cool,
turn.
Cool,
Go for the
cool.
bite.
My turn. Go for the bite.
Yep.
Alrighty. That's... I don't bite often. That's Dex Brawl. And it's
Diff
going to be
5.
7.
Oh yeah, diff 7. Diff 7 because of the grapple.
Yep. 4, 8, 8d10, 7f1. Okay. So that's 2 rollover.
2 rollover, and once you do all your damage, you're going to have to give me a Dex Athletics difficulty 8.
Okay. Please remind me of that when the time comes.
Yes.
So that's 8, 9, 10, 11. Don't get anything extra with my Fangs of the North. I haven't rolled that yet, but I will as we clear this out. 7.
Damn.
Yeah.
Alright. She has to make her frenzy roll now.
Damn.
Lucky hit.
Yeah.
But now do Dex
Right.
Dex Athletics diff 8, please. Don't forget to include your wound penalties.
Okay.
Because that will include in both your attack and damage rolls, by the way.
Okay.
So,
It's just Dex Athletics.
Dex Athletics difficulty 8.
5, 10, Ooh.
You bite, and then you feel your head stuck in her shadow. You're unable to dodge. You're actually trapped in this frenzying Krynos' shadow.
Oops. Can I roll to break the grapple now?
Yes, you can. You will still be stuck in her shadow, though, and be unable to dodge.
Okay. Is there a roll for me to get out of that shadow?
It takes 1 round to do a Dex or Strength Athletics, I believe. Let me double check. Strength Athletics. Difficulty 6. You cannot move, and all attempts to dodge attacks automatically fail, but you are not barred from attacking her.
Okay, cool. So, breaking the grapple is a Dex Brawl?
It's Strength Brawl.
Strength Brawl, okay.
Yep, and she gets to roll hers.
Cool. T7 still?
It is T6. But don't forget to subtract your wound penalties.
Yep, I have 12, so I'm rolling 10. What the absolute fuck?
Oof. As the Krynos holds you. It doesn't matter, but we will discuss that. What are you doing this round?
Fucking shit. Oh, shoot. I forgot to roll my Fangs of the North.
Huh?
My Fangs of the North with survival. I hit her, so she has a -1 on top of any other negative she has.
Okay. She has no other negatives because of her frenzying.
Oh. Super. That survival is gonna be 3, 4, 10, 1, 2. So if I don't kill her, if I have to get away, her any damage I do does not heal for 2 days.
Okay.
And yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So what are you doing this round? So what are you doing
this round? We are going to.
I would just straight up attack if I'm going to be.
Yeah,
honest with you.
that's what I'm thinking. I was considering troll skin, but
you still have the ability to.
Late for that.
You still have the ability to frenzy, so.
Yeah. Yeah, we're just gonna straight up attack. Took a point of damage. I got a rage.
Yep.
I'm gonna spend 3 rage.
Okay.
And do 4 claw attacks.
Okay, that's gonna be hard because she's grappling you.
Oh, does she have my arms around her like a we're hugging it out, or am I like are my arms?
It'll be diff 8.
Okay, yeah. I figured it would be two harder since bite would be was two harder.
Okay.
We'll just bite the shit out of her then, I guess. So 4 bites, all like surrounding like the neck head area.
Okay.
Just like, yeah.
All right. She's gonna blindly claw twice. As she actually lets go of the grapple and swings violently. So you won't have that diff 8. It'll be diff 6.
Okay.
You can't dodge.
I can soak.
You can soak. Oh, good. So our strength is 9, 10, 12, 13 minus 1. 3 damage.
3 damage. I was at 2. No.
You were at 4.
I
So you're
had
at
frenzy
6.
roll.
Nope, you're 1 away. You're 1
Nope,
away.
1 away?
Yeah,
Okay.
you had 4 last, so...
Okay, cool.
But you
do
were
I
at
get it? Oh, do I get to heal at all?
No, it's aggravated.
Aggravated? Okay. Cool.
And her second attack, you get to soak. Remember that you do not take wound penalties on soak.
Oh, I don't?
No.
Shoot. Okay. Well, that was a fuck up then. Oh, well.
It's basically every roll but soak.
Okay.
Oh, whoops, I'm sorry. I messed up that roll anyway. Because she has the penalty from
Yeah.
your Fangs of the North. There we go.
I royally fucked up the last one. It was supposed to be 5. I only
Oh.
rolled 4. Whatever. Oh.
Oof.
Okay.
So, frenzy roll time. Roll your temp or permanent rage, whichever is higher. Diff 8.
Okay. 60, 10. What?
Oh, I see what happened. Don't worry about it. So, you got 2 successes.
Okay.
Because you put a space, it rolled them each individually.
Yeah.
So you got 2, so you healed 2 aggravated damage. You now don't even face the wound penalties of her visceral agony because of frenzy. You get to frenzy attack at your heart's content.
Yay!
So she is not dodging.
She's not dodging, and I am biting the shit out of her.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be 8. Right?
Mm-hmm.
4, 8. Oh, 8, D10. Diff penalty is still
No
6?
no diff penalty.
Okay, T5, F1.
Okay, and that's all 2 rollover.
Okay, 2 rollover, so that's... Strength is 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, shit.
1d10. Woo!
1d10, yeah, it was supposed to be 11. I'm so sorry, I keep fucking up. Should I roll just 10 now?
Just, yeah, that's fine. All right, that's 5. She's soaked 2. That's 3. As you tear out her throat, as the red leaves your eyes, as you stand hobbled in pain, all your wound penalties come back from the visceral agony again. As you're at a -2, as your body aches and you hear howls of concern, wondering what the hell is going on.
I drink my nightshade.
All right. Well, they're actively looking for you.
Oh, okay.
So they will be able to look. I will shift to Lupus and just start booking.
Yeah, that's what I was... Yeah, I was going to be like, Nightshade, Lupus, gone.
Yep.
But we're just going to do Lupus gone now.
All right, you shift to Lupus. I need a Dex Athletics, please. Actually, first I need an Wits Intelligence roll to remember how you got here.
Oh, shit.
Diff 6.
Do I get any bonuses for specifically saying I'm trying to commit this to memory?
No, that's why you're able to do this.
Okay.
You get turned around. Can I get a Dex Athletics roll, difficulty 7? As you run, as you get lost and turned around, as you hear Garu calling,
I heard it from over here! Come on!
As you run, and you burst into a room as you see their bloated humans filled with chemicals, as the chemicals seem to be dropping in them, and out of their body, like, splits off small humanoid creatures crying out, their bodies like a mishmash of bulbous human flesh with tendrils crying out, screaming profanities and curses in various languages, seeming to chillingly call Banes from across the gauntlet. As you see a young Metis looking up at you and going, "Who are you?"
Fuck. I don't even answer, and I run. I try to find my way back through.
All right. You can make another roll. Wits Intelligence. You weren't far off base, thankfully, as you start shooting off in the right direction. I need another Dex Athletics, please.
Okay. Yeah, my athletics is still 3, Sam. Maybe 10. Still difficulty 7?
Yep. As you run, you see more spirals there going,
There it is!
as they try and chase you. As you get up to the ladder you took, you're going to have to try and climb up it.
Spend a point of rage and shift into Glabber and just like fucking rock up it.
All right. Strength Athletics, difficulty 8 to climb up it as fast as you can, as you feel the pain in your sides as the wounds from the spiral come racing back to your mind. You climb as the spirals try and catch up, as you burst out of the area, as you see a janitor going, "Who the fuck are you? What the fuck is in the floor?"
I will like apologizing in my head, or like I'll sorry and like shove him out of the way.
You shove him out of the way as you start hobbling out in Glabro as security's coming by. I need you to roll a stamina roll as one of them takes out their taser and shoots it right into your leg.
Cool. 6, 10. No.
As you
What the hell?
as you collapse, but you're still up, I need you to roll frenzy.
Okay. Nope. Don't
It
put
is
space
diff.
there.
It is diff 5.
Fuck. Oh.
That's enough. You shift into Krynos as you lose control, ripping the guard in half. You burst through the casino as people scream, the delirium catching hold of them as you burst out into the city streets and run off into the hills, leaving a breach of the veil that'll have to be cleaned up. However, despite that, you succeeded your rank challenge. And when you return, you will reach rank 3. However, because you had rended the veil, you will take a penalty to your renown. And that
I will.
is harming the veil.
Harming the veil, yeah. That's
Minus-
sure enough what I did.
In this case, it's pretty severe, so I'm going to say minus 5 glory, and that's on top of the glory you would have gained from killing that spiral, and minus 5 honor.
Okay.
Or, I'm sorry, minus 6 honor.
Okay.
But we now know how Cora succeeded her challenge. I want to say thank you for listening to this rather lengthy 0.5, and we will catch you in that next episode. Bye.
Bye.